Human main is OP. Like, you're so lucky. Just like much like a Rust server, we get random spawn points and random the selection. Like, we don't have any. Our properties are totally up to. our properties are totally randomized, and the human is literally the most OP character. So be happy that you were spawned as a human, rather than, I don't know, like fucking a slug or something. Male human main is mega OP. Yeah, and then there's also the perk. Yeah. Yeah. Cis, hetero, white, male human main is literally just like, it's imbalanced. And people have tried to nerf it, and it just does not happen. Like, there's constantly, the whiteness perk gives you an insane fucking boost. But the only way to match up with the male, the only way to match up the same level of power that the white cisgender male human has, which is definitely the most OP, and there is like no way to fucking nerf it, is a skill that very specific white cisgender female humans also have, and that's called the Karen perk. The sense of entitlement that you get in every single altercation and interaction is unfathomable, and immediately adds like 10 strength, 10 defense. It's crazy. Like, in some instances, you're literally doubling your stats. You know what I mean? Like, these are doubling your base stats. It's wild. It is a wild fucking counter. 100 aggression, yeah.
Members with a charisma debuff. For the first group, I want to highlight two builds. The first is the Octopus. Many players assume that due to their high intelligence stat, Octopi would make great party members. But the main thing to remember is that in a companionship, the human player is also the moral support role for their non-human counterpart. The higher the intelligence level of your support player, the more attention they require. And as discussed in other videos, cephalopods are among the top intelligence builds in the game. The issue here is that because octopi and humans can't really cross over into each other's natural servers, there aren't many good options for either of them to support the other. And as a result, octopus players often try to terminate the relationship and escape the base that humans provide for them. But unfortunately, this also ends up terminating their current playthrough since they lack the lungs ability.
I would never ever have an octopus as a... It's actually the birth control perk. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, listen, the cisgender white female character build like recently had a big boost over the other, like recently had like a big boost in only like the past couple decades. Hopefully we're still trying to add a nerf to racism. Literally every server is suffering from it. Eventually we will be able to nerf it so that we equalize all the human builds across the board.
The next build on our list also has the same issue of having too high of an intelligence stat for its own good. Parrots don't have the same issue of being unable to cross over into the human server, but they have an even higher intelligence stat than octopi. And since they're a highly social build, they require even more attention and support than octopi, actually being comparable to a low-level human player. While they do have a pretty high...
Oh, never mind. That's like my Twitch chat.
Morale boost potential, nearly on the same level as cats. They require so much attention that humans can't effectively function as their teammates unless their skill tree has allowed them to work from home. Admittedly, this build does have an above-average presence in the high scores, but I chalk that up to popularity bias. Okay, now for the second category. It's an unfortunate fact of reality that the stat bonuses that a teammate gives you aren't always desirable, and there are many which actually incur negative stat changes, especially to charisma. Human players who party up with arthropods and certain reptiles often experience this, mostly because arthropods and snakes have a high intimidation level that runs completely contrary to any charisma skills that the human player attempts to use. While this can work really well for deterring other players in most biomes, in the city biome where most human mains play, pretty much every important quest and achievement will be harder if you have low charisma and high intimidation. So in my opinion, the downsides really outweigh the potential upsides. I I know I didn't cover every potential support.
Spoken like a dude. Yo, was that me or? He felt like he was sad explaining that part. Like, what? This was really funny, good and funny. Plus, he follows you, Hasan. It feels like he spoken like a dude who owns fucking, you know, arachnid. I feel like.
Class. So if you have experience with one of the ones that I left out, I encourage you to leave a comment detailing what you think their pros and cons are. At the end of the day, I have yet to see any good arguments for any support rivaling the incredible usefulness of the dog, a topic I covered in this video here.
Straight up. Oh, dude, I love this guy. I mean, he's got zero fucking falsehoods stated. Oh, the cat dog one's gonna be great.
Dogs are also the only teammates that actually give humans a charisma bonus.
Actually, I think as far as like companion builds goes, there's a really sleeper hit that he didn't mention, which is the monkey. Very, very high in intelligence, so incredibly difficult to fucking tame. Incredibly difficult to tame. But, and they can be very violent altogether. But with proper mount maintenance, proper upkeep, you could have perhaps one of the greatest companions of all time.
Which basically elevates them to god tier on the support tier list.
Yeah. If you give, especially because like if you give the monkey the clothing item, they increase charisma even more. They add on top of you. Like it stacks your charisma if you give the monkey cool outfits to wear. Okay. And not only that, but you can teach the monkey certain skills like theft. Okay. And if you really beef up its sneak stats, the monkey can literally be an income driver for you. When you're out of gold, you can literally go to the monkey and the monkey will give you gold. Yeah. And one of the very few companions that can literally use the tools perk, which is pretty fucking OP, I say. But again, high risk, high reward. That's what it is. That's the name of the game. I love this. This is my favorite type of video now. Monkey clothing items are cash shop only though. That's true. Yeah, no, Monkey's a bit pay to win for sure. Like it's not for novice builds. Like if you don't know what you're doing, I highly recommend staying away from the monkey build. Like stick with the dog one because it's the most bang for your buck, right? Like you are never gonna get anything as good as whatever you get from the dog build. Listen, so Robin the Hood, right? Everybody's been fucking memeing about this already. I'm not the first person to get there, obviously. You know, sometimes you're just too late. You're too late on it. But guess what? You know what we're not too late on? Watching CEOs mauled like fucking crazy. Now, we were gonna get started on the CEO shit, but there's gonna be a fucking class action lawsuit against Robinhood. They can't do this. I mean, they could literally do whatever the fuck they want, probably, because no one reads the fine print. But it is absolutely ridiculous that people are now reporting that their positions are being forcibly sold, or rather, people's positions are either A, being forcibly sold, or also on top of that, people are literally not allowed, as it stands, not allowed on the Robinhood app to purchase more shares of GameStop. And obviously part of the reason is because there's going to be two hits, one on Wednesday and one tomorrow. Today is Thursday, tomorrow is going to be Friday. Friday is when a lot of those the positions originally of the Citadel, or not Citadel, sorry, Melvin, the original hedge fund that came to the middle of this conversation, their positions they're gonna have to pay off. Robinhood at this point has been hit with a class action after blocking the GameStop trades. Robinhood is purposely, willfully, and knowingly removing the stock GME from its trading platform in the midst of an unprecedented stock thereby depriving retail investors. This, of course, brought AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, to the fray. She said this is unacceptable after Robinhood decided to literally manipulate, like actually fucking manipulate. I don't know if they have the legal grounds to be able to do that. Like, I don't know if just because you signed off on it, they can do whatever the fuck they want with your stonks. Okay. I guess if they did, they would literally do it instead of just forcibly selling margins, like people who are who have sat on GameStop with borrowed money. They would literally do that for everyone, but they're not doing that for everyone. So I assume that they're trying to artificially lower the price as best as they can by selling as much stock as possible, or literally making it so that you cannot purchase any more stock. What do you call it? Citadel is the market maker that offered a bailout to Melvin Capital in the form of, I think, $2.75 billion. They also have a fat contract with. They of course also have a fat fucking contract with Robinhood. Hey Dave, what's your beef with me? I'm just trying to make a living just like you. Happy to take this offline. What is this? Founder appoints them.